What is up? My name is George, the Sports Freak. So the Washington Redskins, they're not a team that comes up on the top of your mind when you think about great defense specifically. Last season, they were like one of the worst. I think they led, and a lot of it statistically, they were near the bottom pretty much every sort of statistic that you could think of defensively. On top of that, they had coaching problems. They fired their coach midway through the season, brought in, another guy to try and steer the boat, and nothing worked out. They had a new quarterback, new whole thing. Everything wasn't really in the right shape or form, And they obviously, this year in the draft, they got Chase Young, the guy from Ohio State. And many are talking about him like as, the biggest thing, like a huge pass rusher, could be one of the best, we've seen. Outstanding with Ohio State. Then they brought on Ron Rivera as the new head coach. Ron Rivera was a really good coach with the Carolina Panthers. I still think the Panthers are going to regret that decision, but they brought him in. He's a defensive-minded coach. They also brought in Jack Del Rio as the defensive coordinator. He's a really great defensive coordinator. I know as a head coach, you can say he was good. He wasn't good, but he has moments. Specifically, the defense on the Redskins is, I think the Redskins defense is going to light it up this upcoming season. It's because they have so much talent. They had injuries, a lot of stuff going wrong. But now I feel like this team that they have going for this upcoming season is going to be really good. And just if you look on paper, the names you see, you're like, wow, that's a star-studded defense, And I believe Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio are going to get the most out of these guys because specifically their front four. The Redskins' front four is going to be monstrous this upcoming season. They already have Montez Sweat, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Ryan Kerrigan, and then they got Chase Young. And that's a defensive nightmare for any O-line to block, for offensive coordinator to have to game plan each week to stop those guys. Those are all monsters. A lot of them, they like rookie seasons, a lot of them have recovering from injuries, not their best. I believe all these guys together, when they're at their healthiest, they are too much to stop. On top of that, the secondary, they don't have a bad secondary either. They got, Landon Collins was probably one of the best players on their defense last year. Kendall Fuller, who they did drafted, then got signed by the Chiefs, who was outstanding for the Chiefs in their run to winning the Super Bowl. They signed him back. And on top of that, they got Sean Dion Hamilton, Reuben Foster, these other guys who are, you're kind of an unsure place, especially Reuben Foster. Reuben Foster, people they think about his off-field issues. He's got a lot of off-field issues. But when he's on the field, he is one of the most talented linebackers in the country. And I believe that when he steps on the field, I know he was injured this past year. When he gets on the field, he's gonna be a monster. He's gonna quarterback that defense all the way to being one of the best in the country. And specifically, when you look at all those teams that come up every year, those young teams where those defenses surprise you, like the 49ers defense, and then, you could say the Rams defense the year before. And the reason, if you look on that, is because they got all these first rounders on their team, all this talent that's sort of building up, and then finally it clicks. And I believe that's what's about to happen next season with the Redskins, because they're building up. I remember when they drafted Jonathan Allen, they got Daron Payne. Last year got Montez Sweat. Now they got Chase Young. It's just building up. And it's like an iceberg that's prepared to tip over. It's at that tipping point right now when they got Chase Young. And now it's going to go over the edge. And it's just going to be this onslaught for quarterbacks that face that front four. That front four is just going to be elite next season. I just feel it, that it's going to be there. And you watch the film, you watch everything about these guys, these front four. They have the potential. It's all right in place this season. They got the coach to push them over the edge as well. And I just believe next season they're going to be an elite defense, unstoppable, specifically their front four. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised, because when you think about the Redskins, you think about this franchise that's been led by Dan Snyder into just, there's been a shit franchise, to be honest. They were good at one point when Alex Smith was the quarterback. Then Alex Smith had his horrible injury, and then it just kind of fell off. And that was the closest, in my opinion, I'd seen to the Redskins being almost relevant. Since that and before that, they haven't been anything near that. RG3 had his injury problems, and then Kirk Cousins came along, and Kirk Cousins kind of steadied the boat. But yeah, I just believe next season this defense is going to surprise a lot of people, because you look on paper, it's just too many potential guys with a lot of potential who have shown promise, who are getting a great defensive-minded coach who's going to bring out the best in them. And I believe that all that formula is going to equal one of the best pass rushes in the NFL next season, one of the best run-stopping defenses in the NFL next season, just one of the monstrous defenses in the NFL next season. You just look on paper: Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Chase Young, Landon Collins, Kendall Fuller, Reuben Foster. These guys, when they mesh together, they work everything out. That's just a nightmare for a defense to deal with. And also Ryan Anderson as well. There's so many other people. They have depth as well. Not the greatest depth in the world, but they have depth. But yeah, that's the video. You guys let me know what you think down below, if you agree with me or not. I know it's not a popular opinion, like thinking, oh, the Redskins are going to have a good defense, and you're like, it's not going to happen. I could be wrong. I mean, I could be wrong on so many pages. I mean, this is probably going to be a rebuilding year, but I just feel that defense is going to be really elite this season. The more and more you watch, you're just like, wow, if they have all the pieces in place, if they just put it together, which I believe Ron Rivera can do, it's going to be a monstrous defense for the next coming seasons for the Redskins. But yeah, as I said before, you guys let me know what you think down below. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you're notified the next time I post a video. And yeah, I'll see you on another video soon.